The Raspberry Pi is a popular single board computer. Many of us are already familiar with the Raspberry Pi 3 and its predecessors, which comes in a form factor that has been highly recognizable. The new version comes in an even smaller form factor. The introduction of the Raspberry Pi Zero allowed one to embed an entire computer in even smaller projects. It is 40% faster than the original Raspberry Pi but only measures 65 mm long by 30 mm wide and 5 mm deep. Pi Zero supports mini connectors to save space, and the 40-pin GPIO is unpopulated, providing the flexibility to use only the connections your project requires. Let us have a look at the major specification of Raspberry Pi Zero. 1 GHz single core CPU, 512 MB of RAM, micro USB power, micro USB OTG port, mini HDMI port, composite video and reset headers, had compatible 40-pin header and CSI camera connector for version 1.3 only. In contrast, the Raspberry Pi Zero Wireless packs all the same specifications of the Raspberry Pi Zero. However, in addition to those components, it also has the following: Bluetooth 4.1 with low energy consumption and 802.11 BGN wireless LAN. So, if you are willing to buy, I strongly recommend buying the latest version Raspberry Pi Zero Wireless compared to the older version Pi Zero. This course will cover the latest version of the Zero product in line, the Raspberry Pi Zero Wireless. The ultra small and ultra slim Raspberry Pi Zero Wireless is the smallest form factor Raspberry Pi on the market, now incorporating Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity on board. If you only wish to go ahead with the projects covered in the course, then you don't need any of the GPIO to be soldered, and you can use the board out of the box. But I strongly recommend getting the GPIO headers soldered on the board because most of the embedded system projects require various GPIOs for interfacing the sensors.